Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to the exciting return of Treasure of the Lost Legion after quite a while of consistency. Hello, welcome everybody. And once again, I forgot to mute myself because I'm an idiot oftentimes. Every time, it's like the one consistent problem is when I have the Twitch open in the background, I forget to mute myself. But anyway, so after real life hurricanes and other events that have delayed us, multiple hurricanes, we are returning to enjoy some more Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Spelljammer Actor. So why don't we dive back into where we had actually led action with our heroes. They had just defeated a Chul while exploring these undersea caverns that are supposed to lead them to an area where they can contact their ship with hopes to leave this planet. So
we were about to check out this junk.
So hey everyone, so you were there's a dead Chul right there. There's its piles of best described as flotsam. If it was floating in the sea, it looks like what would be flotsam, you know. But you're in the horrible caverns rather than at ocean currently.
Well, since we were going to be resting here as well, I'm just going to take a 20 going through its junk.
You're just going to take the time going through its junk. Okay.
Yes.
You're going to say you take it.
So, let's see, perception. That'll give me a 24.
Ooh. All right. You'll take a good look around. It looks like most of this stuff is just what it sounds like. Junk. Pieces of wood, rock, bones, lots of bones of a lot of fish, some other kind of strange sea creatures. You're pretty sure there are bones of those unusual, like sanguinine creatures you were fighting. Looks like they had, of course, a few by the Chul. There are a few things which do stand out. There appears to be a, like, barnacle-encrusted something rather. It doesn't look like it's, like, a rock, because it's got an unusual shape. And there appears to be a body of some kind of indiscriminate humanoid, very damaged, but it does seem to have, like, some armor and stuff on it. The armor looks like it's kind of chewed up a little bit. It looks like it did have some kind of like maybe barnacles or something growing on it at one point in time, things like that. But
I will take the 10 minutes to detect magic.
All right. It looks like the is indeed magical, but you're not quite sure. But it does also look to be a little bit damaged.
Okay.
What size
that
is the
armor
armor?
is magical.
Medium creatures, we'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm cleaning off the random barnacle encrusted item.
Okay.
See if I can figure out what it is.
It's about like three and a half long, about 2 feet wide, 2 feet tall. And cleaning it off, it looks to be some kind of not quite like the traditional chest you would think, but it's some kind of weird looking container, almost think. It does appear to be made of stone though.
Can I open it?
You don't see an easy way to open it. It's definitely been
Does it have a mark
shaped.
on it? Does it have any mark of like a sun,
Uh,
or moon and stars?
you don't think directly.
Okay, I don't even bother with it then. I just one.
Is there any seam?
You take the time, you can look carefully. It does look like there's a very slight seam in an area, but it's like very subtle, and it's like it's hard to tell how exactly, you can't really get something in there to like try to pry it open very easily, so you're not sure quite how it's sealed.
Do you need the bard to rogue for you? I mean,
Well,
we all know them really good at popping things open.
There's not a lock.
I mean, you might as well try.
There's not a lock, though. It's not like a
she could
disabled
still try to
device
lockpick it.
check. If it doesn't have a lock, how do you lockpick it? I could
mean,
try doing that as well. But
you know, it's like when you're shucking in the oyster. That's technically lockpicking because you're, trying to get in there with the.
can
the,
I
like,
pull out my smith tools and see if I can crack it open?
Just by sheer, like, thwacking at it?
Well, it's stonework. Wouldn't the dwarf have better luck with it?
I mean, the dwarf...
I do have a hammer.
Yeah, the dwarf could just try to smash it open.
Well, I didn't mean smash it.
Oh, okay.
In case there's, like, glass
stone
items.
sense it,
But
basically.
yeah, like, see if maybe you can, like, do your homina stuff and get it figured out.
The homina stuff.
Yeah, you know.
Alright, I guess if you want to use your dwarf senses, we can see if they will tingle.
Alright.
What's a tingling?
Use my stone sense. Or stone cunning, whatever it's called.
Yes.
That's basically just an intelligence, though.
It's intelligence history check, yes.
You're so good at these.
Well, you have
I
your
know.
double your proficiency bonus.
Because that helps with...
Double your
Good
tingle,
luck.
double your fun.
Alright.
Double mint gum. Alright.
And just add more to that, I guess.
It's made of stone.
I mean,
It's made of stone.
historically, yes. This is made
I mean,
of
I
stone,
could
and-
try my thieves' tools and see if I could find any kind of mechanism.
I could vicious mockery it open.
Yeah, so basically add 2 to that, then.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want me to try thieves' tools? Would those be useful or no?
I mean, where are you exactly using them?
In the seam, I guess? Since it's the only place I can see that I can tinker with?
Sure.
Okay, here goes nothing.
Well, he's doing that. Are there any, like,
Here goes
hinges or
nothing.
anything?
What were you asking?
Are there any, like, hinges or anything on it?
You actually don't see any hinges on it.
Hmm.
And it did detect magic on it.
Yes, it does not seem magical intrinsically.
Okay. Well,
You're not sure if it's protecting something inside that might be magical, but...
Well, since the thieves' tools didn't work, I'm pulling out the smith's tools
So
and
it's
just
good-
see if I can crack her open.
Okay.
Come on,
We're
smith
focused on
tools.
the stupid chest.
It's like clank, 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 clank. It is loud, and it is time-consuming, and it is non-restful, may I note, for you
Yes.
to be doing this. But you could indeed work on it.
Are we taking a long rest or short rest, did you say?
I thought we were gonna take
I'm
a
at
long one.
7 HP, so I would suggest a long rest.
Okay, I vote for long rest because I have no hit dice. I'm okay on HP, but I also have no spells.
I'll just, I guess, take first or second or last watch, whichever one comes first. Or
Yeah, I
last,
guess I'm
or
taking
middle.
the first one and I'm working on this and then I'll rest. Because I need hit points too.
Okay.
But I'll try to see if I can work on this more.
So I'll be in the middle watch.
Okay. If you spend enough time at it, I will say you could get through it too. I mean, you do have the proper tools to eventually chip your way into. It will be definitely an effort, but you can like chip away and make a hole in the top of it.
Okay.
Yes.
I will do that at the very least.
Okay, so you have like a hole that you could probably reach your hand in, especially because you are a gnome, much smaller hand anyway, so you can easily reach your hand into the hole. So, I mean, if you want to go fishing around in the chest...
Do it! Do it!
Plunge.
Okay.
It's not my hand, so what do I care? No.
The first thing you notice is it does seem to have some kind of coinage in there.
Okay, do I notice anything else fishing around?
You kind of feel around for a little bit. There does seem to be other things in there, but you just can't quite get a hold of them. Even with the way that you're positioned here, it doesn't seem very easy for you to fish them out.
How heavy is this thing?
A pretty decent weight. I mean, like, one of you... I believe Olag has a pretty decent strength. He could probably...
He might be able to turn it upside down and shake
I mean,
it.
he could probably carry it. It wouldn't be very pleasant to carry, but he could if he really wanted to.
Or I could just tip it over.
Yes, well, yes, you could tip it over. Between the lot of you, you could tip it over and hope to, like, dump things out.
And
Yeah.
that's when we learn it's, one of those infinite liquid things, and we just
Well, I
can't stop it from flooding the room.
Well, now that there's a hole, I'm going to take 10 minutes and detect magic. Do I detect magic in the hole?
I don't know. Okay, let me find out here for a second. Let me look exactly, because this is an odd one here.
I would like to send a message spell into the hole and see if anything reply. No, I'm just kidding.
Hello, hole.
This is my hole. Keep your messages out of it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say you will think you detect an aura in there, but it's really difficult because it is like still a halfling arm-sized hole in a large chest that you're trying to like focus like a detect magic into.
There's something magical in here.
Ping, ping. So open it up wider so we can get it out.
That will take a lot more time.
How big did you say this chest was?
Like 3.5 feet long and then 2 by 2.
Oh, okay. It's much larger than I was thinking. I was thinking it was like maybe like a foot by a foot.
No.
Only if we had like shaped stone or something.
If only we had like people with strength.
We
I was
do.
thinking pick it up and throw it in the air and let it come back down.
Just like
We
trying to
have
break
an
Crack
old.
it open.
You have an Olog.
mean- He can hammer time it for a while.
I did offer to tip it over.
He did offer to tip it over.
Yes. Be my guest.
Did you feel anything that felt like glass in there?
Be my guest,
I
be
don't
my
think
guest.
so.
I guess Olag then is just gonna like grumbly get up from his little nap and just like walk over. And do you want me to like lift it up and pour it out, or just push it over?
Completely up to you which one you want to do.
Well, I'm asking them.
I don't think pushing it over is going to help because then the hole will be face down and then you'd still have to pick it up anyways.
Well, I mean, like turn it on its side.
Some coins might pour out, but that's about it, probably.
Right. So Olag just gonna
Just smash it.
lift it up and just
Does anybody have any climbing gear?
I have pittance.
How deep is this hole? Why would we need climbing gear?
No, because I'm thinking if you can put it in, you can use it as like almost like a wedge to
Oh
like
my god, there's
crack
a
it
stone
easier.
box of holding.
Wow.
You just busted it open.
That's what I was doing with my smith tools, I think.
Yeah, but I was wondering if maybe that would work better to like.
So, do I need to make
I
any
also have
checks,
carpenter's
or-
tools, tinkerer's tools.
I have a
mean,
recorder.
So, what is the plan exactly here that you guys are going to do with the box?
Well, Oleg
Well,
just
you know what?
picks
I'm
it
gonna
up
put my
and
arm
turns it
back.
upside down.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
you're
you
upside
can,
down?
you can do it and start shaking. Coins will start pouring out. It'll be a little while of coins pouring out. You know, you kind of shake it like back and forth. It will start getting lighter, of course, as you're doing this. As like a pile of what appears to be like like a mixture of what looks to be gold and platinum is falling out of there.
And then it'll lift it.
I'm gonna sort through the coins as they fall out and see if there's anything else coming out.
Okay. You do see a couple of jewels.
I'm making stacks of coins at this point.
It seems like there's a couple of things clunking around in there still.
Here, hold it up and let me try to reach in and see if I can grab anything now.
I mean, he's still like holding it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll reach up into the hole.
Okay.
And fish around.
Roll me a dex save.
Okay.
Because an elephant pops out.
All right. You'll sort of be reaching around in there, and you will manage, like, you'll like quickly like stop it as you are like holding down on what appears to be the blade of something that you almost squeeze down on to like cut your hand. But you're like, oh wait, don't do that.
There's a blade in here.
That seems like a terrible idea. There does seem to be a couple of, like, some kind of circular object and a couple of other items in there that seem much bigger than the hole.
There's things bigger than the hole.
Well, yeah. Normally the whole lid would come off. So, if there's a lid.
I'm gonna feel around. Do I feel like any internal latch?
You don't really feel something like that, no.
Okay.
So, do you think you can get the other stuff out, or do we want to just?
I
mean,
think we're
do we
gonna
think
have
it's worth
to.
it?
Well, the magical stuff I think is still inside.
Okay.
Oh,
Does
we're trying to
anything
break it.
inside? Yeah, I was gonna say, but if anything felt like glass, we may not want to do that because if there's something.
Did anything
Like-
feel like glass? And I'm sure at this point the glass would be smashed.
Probably.
Yeah, you didn't really feel any glass, so no, you didn't really feel
Okay.
anything like that.
Then bash it open. What do I care? It doesn't have the moon and the
Like,
stars.
oh, look, just like tosses it then.
Okay. It'll kind of like thwump down on the ground with a really large noise and still be intact.
You might want to try hammer time.
Oh, like.
You got
Like,
claws.
he walks over to where he was before, like, leans over slowly, picks up his hammer, and then walks back.
Just like, I'm done with this.
It's like, I just wanted to nap. Alright. And what check am I going to have to make for, breaking, like, the top of it?
I mean, if you want to do it in
Strength or
like
an
one
attack?
big blow, you could do strength, or you could just, if you want to say you want to take the time to do it, you probably can do it over the course of a little while.
He's just going to take the time to do it.
Yeah, that'll eventually happen. The stone itself is hard, but not hard enough that you can't bash through it. So you can just be like, crunch, 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 crunch. Breaking it apart. Eventually, you will see like parts of the seam area come apart, and you can now see that it looks like the lid is just almost stuck to it, and it looks as if maybe the rock area between the two of them, like playing around with it, might have been actually just magnetized. So it might have been just a straight strength check to remove it. That no one tried.
We good at this, guys. We good.
You
Don't
just were
worry.
like thieves' tools. Now it's just like there's natural rock, or natural
Magnetic rock.
that are sticking it together. Yep.
Awesome.
Well, what did we find?
There appears to be a magical short sword, some kind of weird orb, a small rock. A small statuette of what appears to be an elven maiden, and some kind of symbol, maybe like a holy symbol, but you're not sure.
And there's a yapping dog.
Ooh, knowledge
There's yapping
religion.
dog.
So
On
what do we
which-
do with the dog? Do we eat it?
Is it edible?
No idea the originator.
Nope. History.
What are you doing? What are you doing the religion on?
The symbol.
It looks kind of
Oh,
like a
okay.
holy symbol.
Got it.
Even though I'm a cleric and an acolyte, I only have a religion of 2.
I have a religion of 4, but I rolled really bad.
I have a religion of 2.
I feel like my stats changed somehow.
You guys could try it.
And actually, I think that's right. Nah, I would like the little statue of the maiden.
Okay. It appears to be made of some kind of unusual metal, but you're not sure what it is. It looks similar to maybe a precious metal, but like just closer inspection, it looks to be something else.
Is it pretty and shiny though?
It is pretty and shiny.
It goes in my little pouch.
Does
Well, it's like a
anyone
foot
want the
tall,
short sword?
so I mean, like
It goes in my backpack.
Does you put it in the pouch to see like sticking out?
You have a maiden peeking out at the back of your backpack.
Yep. I totally just picked it up. I was like, yep.
Anyone want the short sword?
Um,
I don't think I can
No.
use a short sword.
I will take the short sword. What kind of magical properties can I tell it has?
No idea right now. You'll have to worry about that later.
no, we'll have to worry about it. Uh-oh.
Okay.
I mean, you're all dead.
You're all dead.
Yep.
You
We're
explode.
all done.
Yep.
Well, it was fun playing with you guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, nice game, guys.
And you have that kind of strange, like, I guess you could say it's like a grapefruit-sized like, spherical object that seems to be kind of magical, too.
Ooh. Can I well,
It's like,
you isn't focusing on it.
no, it's like you can spend time with it to try to figure out what it is.
Well, as we rest, I will spend time with the sword.
Okay. It just seems to be a base magical short sword.
Like a +1.
Just like a +1, yes.
Okay. +1 sword, but not bad.
Nope.
Does anyone want to spend time with the orb?
I'll do it. I'll play with the orb.
So you're playing with the orb, and for some reason, you can't tell the magical properties of this. It's kind of weird. It's like there's something magical about it, but it's like...
Okay. I want
It's
to
a
take
seer's orb.
the orb, and I will put my ring to it.
It's gonna
Okay.
be evil.
You're not sure if something happens or not. You just see her going like this for a while, and you're like, I
I'm like,
think something's happening, dude.
I know this ring is going to do something eventually. I just
You're
don't know
not
what.
You're not Green Lantern.
Does the orb glow?
I mean, the orb itself does almost have this, I wouldn't call it a glow, but like when you, because it isn't like a perfect sphere. It's kind of almost a little oblong, almost more like a little bit like teardrop shape, I would call it. A little
Can
bit
I do an Arcana check on it?
Sure.
Just to see if I can figure anything out?
Yeah. You, investigating it carefully, you kind of get the feeling that maybe it's less that the object itself is magical, and more that, like, magic has been put onto this object for some reason.
So it's not an egg. Okay. Now that we've narrowed that out. I'm gonna start saying like random phrases at it in like, because there was like an elven maiden statue in Elven. Just like random things like you know, deities' names, or, you know, anything just like random, like saying they're like whispering things to it to see if it gets any reaction.
You're not really gonna get anything. You'll, like, play around with it for a while, you know, talk to it, and it'll be like, okay, no, nothing's going on.
Alright, then I'm gonna do one other thing.
But
because
hanging
this
around
has
with
worked-
it, you will notice a couple of things. Like,
Ooh.
the outer edge of it almost seems to, like, shine in a strange way to a degree. And
So it's shiny.
Yeah, but it's, like, odd because, like, just looking at it normally, it isn't shiny. It's, like, just, it almost has, like, this kind of sheen that kind of goes over it occasionally. And that it is actually slightly warm? Not, like, hot, but, like, when you compare it to, like, putting your hand on the rock around you, you know, and, like, sitting on, like, the ground, because there's very, like, rock and stuff around here, it has just, like, more like it's, like, maybe, like, room temperature kind of thing.
Okay. Then my one final thing that I would like to do, because this always works, guys, I want to try to message it.
Okay.
Uh-oh. It's gonna message back. It's be like, yo, what's up? What's up,
Yeah, pretty
girl?
much.
Well,
also because we've done cantrips before and it
Okay.
had effect on stones
Yeah.
and orbs.
give me a intelligence save.
Uh-oh.
Save.
Yes.
Oh no.
You see Whisper, like, try to do something to it, and then you just see her kind of, like, fall back unconscious.
Wow. Okay.
She like just kind of almost like freezes up, like with this weird look on her face, and just thumps down, like, and she's still like holding it. And like
Wow, great.
in about like an
Oleg's-
hour, she seems to recover.
Oh, I was
she's-
gonna say, Oleg's gonna like run over there and be like, "Is this just a cat thing, or is this
She's a
It's a catnap.
clone.
just normal?"
She's a clone.
That's not your joke.
That's not your joke.
Something that me and Whisper shared very specifically. You are not invited to this party.
Whisper, when you wake up, you will, like, feel like something happened, but you're not sure what it was. You know, but your head hurts a lot, and for some reason, you do feel like whatever this is, you should keep it close to you.
It is mine.
It's your precious.
And you said it's like maybe like the size of
Cantaloupe.
cantaloupe. There we go. I was like, what was that fruit you said? All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
so it's
take
like-
the holy symbol.
Okay.
Watermelon.
Watermelon would be a little large, but no, it's just like cantaloupe-sized thing, like slight teardrop shape. Like it doesn't quite go up to a point, so it's like it isn't like oval like traditional egg shape. It's sort of more like a sphere with like it pulled off just a little bit on the one end.
So just to get this clear, you're holding a cantaloupe, and you have a statue half my size in your backpack.
Of some kind of naked elfin chick. She is naked, I will note.
But she was
Oh,
shiny,
yeah.
so
It's shiny, and it is a tasteful naked. You know, it's just like basically
it's a
like
tasteful statuette.
she's not like in a provocative pose or anything. She's just like, you know, in a
I'm naked.
yeah, just like a, you know,
Yeah.
naked I'm an elfin chick pose.
So
Well, aren't all
Almost like the,
elven chicks just hanging around being naked?
yeah, like the Venus de Milo statue.
Yeah, kind of like the Venus de Milo statue. Yes.
Okay,
But she has arms.
Yes, she has arms.
but she has arms.
Yes. And she's also made of some kind of unusual metal that, like, even Olag, because you didn't have a chance to really investigate it, it looked strange to you. You're like, that reminds me of this, and a little bit of that, and like, huh?
And I was just like, shiny.
Well, I
like,
could use stone cutting on it.
yeah, the dwarf part of you really kind of wanted to check it closely, you know, because it looks interesting.
Oh, in that case, while that hour that she's knocked out, Oleg's definitely gonna look it over.
You know, you could have just asked her.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is true.
Well,
She was
but
like,
you're
"Ooh,
knocked
shiny."
out, so...
Yeah.
she's like, oh well, you know, kind of have to guard Whisper. She's knocked out. Might as well just do this now.
Yeah. I guess if you want to check out, you make your stone cutting check for it there.
All right, where's? I forgot my character sheet.
History.
So- Add 2 to this.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right. It's unusual because you are looking at it for a while and you realize it is some kind of alloy of 3 metals that you wouldn't think would be able to be combined. It is an alloy of adamantine, some kind of star metal, and mithril. And you're not
Is it
sure how they've
incredibly light?
combined together. It's actually very light, surprisingly lighter than you thought it would be. So you're not sure if the statue itself would be hollow. And you're not sure, like, other than, you know, maybe they use some kind of powerful magic to put these together in the first place. But it is just, like, it's one of those things that you're, like, you're pretty sure that with it being an elven form, it must have had elves involved in its crafting. But with the nature of these metals, you're pretty sure that it both had dwarves in its crafting. And that makes it sound really unusual because it had to have been a dwarf and an elf craftsman working together to create this. And that doesn't happen very often.
Or maybe it was just a dwelf.
Probably not.
Oh,
I mean, it could have been a half-breed, but I doubt it.
Yeah. They don't tend to be craftsmen because of the entire shunning and thing, you know?
Yeah, they tend to be outcasts and rogues.
And horrible, horrible monsters.
Yeah, it does not combine very well. That's why no one ever talks about them. Alright, the rest of your resting will be actually quite uneventful. It seems like this was probably one of the better places to rest because it keeps the tribal sanguine creatures away.
Fucking
The fish
fishmen.
creatures. Yeah, the fishmen. And, well, I guess dead Trool is deterrent probably... Well, the Trool itself probably is deterrent for any other kind of predators that might be down here anyway.
Yes.
So, there is, of course, the way you came into here, if you wanted to head back out that way, which there wasn't really many other tunnels. And there is, like, a tunnel in the back here that you were able to kind of clear some of the flotsam out of the way of, probably when you were searching around, that you could travel down also, if you really wanted to.
I guess forward ho, guys?
Do we gain all health back, or?
If you rest, you seem to have rested long enough that you could have regained all your stuff back.
Fuck
The only
yeah.
thing you won't gain all back of is if you used all your hit dice, you only get half of them back.
Haha, joke's on you. I only used half of them.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
I'd
Right.
used all of them.
Also, I'm going to send you my spells for the day over. My readied spells.
Okay, cool.
Bum bum bum.
Yeah.
But
And I'm going to use one of them immediately because it's a fucking 8-hour spell.
Okay,
Which
cool.
that's going to be aid. Everyone gets 5 temporary hit points for 8 hours.
Sweet.
Nice. I think you've exactly the right amount of people to do that to everyone.
Yep, it's 3 people.
Yep.
Are you
So-
aiding us now?
Yeah, it
So-
lasts 8 hours.
Okay.
As I recall, for
that's all.
aid, it counts as them actually having 5 more maximum hit points.
Yep, each target hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration, which is 8 hours.
Nice.
Wow. So if we get knocked out, and you heal us back up to
Yep.
full, we'll actually be
You'll
plus
actually
5 full.
have +5 for it.
Yep.
So it's
Sweet.
technically maximum temporary hit points.
Yep.
Because that makes sense.
Nice.
I'm
yeah,
just good at
aid's
that.
really cool. Yeah. It's a really good one. All right.
Woohoo.
And it's a level 2, so
Yeah. Yep.
when I'm level 3, get those spells, yeah. That's going to be another 5.
Nice.
Well, the tunnel itself actually seems to be much better formed than most of these tunnels leading back from the Chul's chamber. The Chul's chamber looked more like it's still kind of natural cavern, maybe a little bit of hand to it. The tunnel that's kind of going back here seems like it's been much more aptly carved out. Maybe that because there was sort of a door to this area, it was an entryway, you know, that perhaps the Chul just took it over when anybody abandoned it. It was a fine place to move into. I mean, come on.
It's good as any.
Yeah, good as any. The tunnel does seem to stretch on, though, for a distance. So.
Does anybody here need light? Or are we all good? Is it dark or...
I'm not... It is dark. There is no natural... there probably still is occasional, like, phosphorescent, like, some kind of, like, algae or something that grows around here, you know?
Does anybody here not have dark vision?
I do.
Nope. I got dark vision.
Okay,
Yep.
so we're all good anyways.
We're good.
Also,
Yeah.
Olag specifically watching corners and the roof.
Okay.
I am focused on my shiny bauble
Yes. You got
that
your,
I must protect now.
you got your egg thing that you must protect. And a cool statue.
And a cool
Yeah, the
statue.
statue's actually- How heavy is the statue?
Probably
Because you said it was
about...
fairly light, but...
For its
large
size, it's
statue.
it's still about 5 pounds, but since it's
Oh,
made
that's
of
not that bad.
but since it's made of metal, you were thinking it might have been like even twice that weight, you know, and it's not. So,
I mean, for a statue that's, you know, like 4 foot tall, I would expect that to be like 50 pounds.
nah, it's yeah, it's like it's
yeah,
it's
but
only
it's
like
made of good metal.
yeah, and it's only like
come
it's
on,
not huge, so. All right,
Sweet.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for traps just in case.
all right,
Egg.
okay, yes. So
And she keeps an eye out for eggs.
yeah,
Yep.
she does. Yeah, the
Somebody
tunnel
has
goes
to.
on for probably a couple hundred feet, and then it seems to like go to an area where there would have been a couple of branch offs, though it looks like the tunnel you were following has collapsed, and one of the branches has collapsed, and it looks like. Just like Olag, without making a check, you're pretty sure it would take quite some time to excavate either of those. But there is a tunnel that kind of heads off at a I gotta remember my angles. 45-degree angle from here to your
I guess
right.
we'll take that.
Okay. Still staring at the egg.
About you'll travel on for quite some time at this point in time. It'll be about maybe more of an hour of traveling, kind of moving through tunnels, seemingly like there is only one that kind of seems to be intact right now. And you'll come across a sign, is the best way to describe it. There's like a old piece of maybe some kind of driftwood or something, and there's something written on it with little like illustrations, but it's very poorly done, or done in such a way that maybe you didn't have a right tool to do it.
Can we make any kind of check to try to get some information off of it?
Sure. Give me just... I don't know if there's a skill that would do this. It might just be...
There's no linguistics anymore.
Yeah, it might just be
Yeah,
like
which kind of sucks.
Can I message it?
With just success.
Straight intelligence?
Straight intelligence. Just let me check look here. Intelligence, or I would allow you to use insight.
Handle. Oh.
Mhm.
Same
sort of
difference, so
interpret
it doesn't
it, yeah.
matter.
Intelligence to sort of like read it, insight to sort of interpret it.
I have no idea.
You're like,
Guess
Because I
can
can't roll
try.
above like a 4 tonight.
I'll
okay.
just use insight.
Okay. So Olag, like the others are like sort of struggling with it, but you just get a feeling that it looks to be some kind of warning. You're not sure if it's a warning that like maybe it does seem to be a warning of some kind of danger, but you're not sure if it's the writer is dangerous or the writer is warning you of a danger. It could technically be either. Both mean there's danger, but it's not sure if it's like, you know, the person's like, stay out, I will get you, or stay out, there's something bad this way.
I wish I had fucking interpret language.
You're like, but it is a warning.
I mean, I guess I could try and, you know, understand what it's warning of instead of just that it's a warning. So, also 15.
Okay. It takes you a little bit of like trying to interpret it, but you get a feeling with that though that it more likely leans towards someone warning you to stay out of their area.
Well, I don't think they like us here.
Who's they?
I don't know.
Well, maybe they do like us. They just
It
don't
just
like
like
other
points
people.
toward the sign.
You know, them.
You know, probably the fishermen that attacked us before. I cannot do Oleg's voice today. It's very disappointing.
I think well, this was the only path we had though, unless we went backtrack all the way to when there was other, because weren't there other options way back?
Before the Chules area, but that was still more natural, in quotations, caverns. This has definitely been more shaped by hands. It seemed to have been maybe more of a network of areas, and you've been sort of just following what's intact right now. Not to say that there couldn't have been other areas like this that were staying intact if there was other natural caverns that led to them.
Got it. I think we should just keep going. Maybe they're dead.
Maybe they're dead. That is a good comment.
Yes, we don't know how long ago this message was written, but maybe just be on our guard.
And maybe that was a warning because they don't like the fish people, and they actually like us.
Or the Chul.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, no one likes
Chul
it.
What
technically-
language is it in?
You're not sure.
It's French.
It could very well be French. It's also like poor handwriting too. So that's the other thing about it. It's sort of like, even if it was in common, it would be like really, really difficult to read is what you're getting from it, you know?
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's most likely the mutated ancestors of the people who first inhabited this starport.
I'm
And he
going
just,
to
like,
pull out
nods
my
himself.
short sword. Or no, I'm going to
Just
pull out my
rambling on again.
crossbow and just be ready.
Okay.
Oleg's, you know, he's had his shield and hammer out this entire time because
I
fuck those fish
tuck
people.
the egg under one arm and pull out a dagger.
Okay.
I steal the egg. No.
I'm gonna eat that egg.
It's actually not an egg, guys.
Egg.
It's just
cylinder.
egg shaped.
We're going to crack it open
Extraordinary.
now.
Well, this area is already pretty fishy.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I should get inspiration for that.
That was,
Not from me.
Does,
No.
You should all be very ecstatic about my puns.
They're
Alright.
excellent.
Exactly.
You'll continue heading forward past the warning, and it'll be about maybe another 10 minutes of traveling, and the tunnel will open up a little bit into, I would say it would be like a longer chamber. You can see what appears to be holes in the ceiling leading up to you're not sure where. They kind of go into the darkness. Maybe like because you are like deep below the, you know, normal bedrock, since you kind of went into a cavern of the, you know, ocean, you know, a deep sea trench. So you know, like, that leads up more towards that, but again, you're not sure how far up it goes. You can also see, like, a number of, like, stone workings, almost. Like, people created little shelves, but they're, like, high up, maybe, like, 30 feet up above you. As you're about halfway across here...
I'm keeping an eye open for traps.
Okay.
Especially since there was a warning of danger.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm also keeping an eye out for anyone that's fucking camouflaged, because that happened before to us.
Okay, if you
Anybody
want
on
to
the
roll
ceiling.
perception then, just in case.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, Oleg he does not trust these fish people. Fuck this fish.
I have an egg. I'm just carrying it and following
Man,
you guys.
It's a good thing you're not reading the Twitch chat with my amazing jokes.
Oh no, I see them.
Yes, I see them as well.
I'm ignoring them.
Look, I'll stop.
Not an egg cup.
Okay,
Look.
so...
Do you
Matt?
want me to roll
Yeah.
perception
Yeah.
for trap? Okay.
Matt, you might be ignoring this, but I'm gonna let this slide.
Okay. Okay, so...
Oh, God.
Did you just get that?
Cool. Okay, so...
No, Excalibur.
Yes, Excalibur.
Ignoring me.
Excalibur's fine. So you get about halfway across the area when all of a sudden, like, Kellen, you step down and hear this clicking noise.
Crap.
And surrounding you, poles of wood burst from, like, hidden places in the ground, effectively creating some kind of 10-foot tall cage around you.
Crap.
But only around him, right?
No, all of you.
Oh,
well, that's
awesome.
Who dares to enter the terrain of the great Maximilian Bonaparte?
Is this in common?
It is totally common.
Yes, this is Oleg. Nice to meet you.
Intruders! Fear my ability to capture you. You shall stay there now for all eternity.
Exactly how long is an eternity to you?
Can I start working on disabling this thing?
Oleg's just going to talk
I
with
mean,
this guy.
truthfully speaking, like, as soon as you go to, like, disable it, you're like, this looks poorly made and or maintained.
So can I...
I mean, like, you could probably, like, it might not work for you, but you're like, Oleg, you could probably, like, push one of these out.
Smash out
Yeah.
of
Like, it is wood.
Hold
And
on,
it's like
pull, that out of
old
the, pull one
wood.
of these out of the ground.
He could just probably, like, break it.
it. Do we see the person?
You do not see the person. You only hear this booming voice that seems to echo throughout the chamber.
Yeah, so your name was Maximilian, correct? This is how you treat all your guests.
Indeed!
Well, it's nice to meet you. This is Whisper, and this is young Kellen. We're travelers, and he's just going to, like, as he's talking, just, like, pull stakes out, just, like, keep walking.
How dare you foil my trap? You are smarter than I interpreted. But you shan't stop me next time.
Would you like some tea?
What do you have against us?
As it kind of, like, echoes out.
So that's a no to him wanting some tea. You can't
I'm
fight two
going to
old
be
ones.
keeping an eye out for any more lame traps.
For any more lame traps?
Hey, look. You failed to notice the lame trap. So, I mean, what
This
does
is
that
true.
say about you?
That we all suck.
I wasn't even looking for traps.
Roll well tonight.
Alright. You can easily cross the rest of the chamber into a tunnel that is actually more maintained than the ones you previously had. There are torches here that seem to be burning, with a strange, like, fire, but it doesn't feel hot.
It's magical fire.
What color is it?
Just a normal kind of, like, fire color.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a special color, it's just not hot.
So what color is a fire color?
Like reddish
Yellow.
yellow.
Reddish yellow, yellowish red. Call it fun.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Hey,
keep going.
Give me one
Okay.
moment.
Sure.
Are they torches?
They appear to be torches, but they sort of, like, kind of built into the wall. Like, if you investigate it closely, it looks as if it's, like, actually, like, a stone carving that looks like a torch that just has a fire on top of it, you know. It's actually really nice looking and well done.
Do they look like they're made of metal?
No stone.
The stone.
Stone, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't see anything wrong with keeping going unless you guys think that they're...
No, that's fine. I was just trying to take one.
Oh. Can you reach it? Do you
I
need
mean-
a boost?
They're built
Hold-
into the wall. he's
hold them
saying,
up to
so
grab
we
it, yes.
Can't take one.
I mean, you could try to with, like, brute strength.
Determination is a thing, guys.
Determination to pull this off the wall.
We'll get you
I-
anything.
I'm gonna pull this stone torch built into the wall off of it.
How
No.
high up on the wall are they?
I mean, like 10 feet up. You could easily.
Oh, they're
like,
high.
Yeah, it's like a 15-foot tall, but it's kind of more. I'd say at this point in time, the chamber is almost like half circled a little bit, so they are kind of like angled for grabbing them if you really wanted to.
Alright. So, I'm gonna do a risky maneuver here. Watch this, Kellen. I'm gonna take the egg, and I'm gonna, like, stuff it in, like, almost like a wrap of cloth, and then, like, put it in the backpack. And then I'm gonna climb up to it, because I'm not 10 feet tall, and I'm gonna pull on one,
Okay.
because I can climb.
So you're dangling from a stone
Basically, I'm
torch?
just gonna see how, if it can come off, or if it's...
Give me a strength check, just generally speaking, then, at this point in time.
I'm so good at strength games.
You're like, yeah, it's not seemingly coming off.
Alright.
Do you require assistance, young Whisper?
I don't think we really need it.
I just wanted to see if they they come loose. While I'm up there, you said that the fire is not warm, but does it have any temperature coming off of it? Like if I pass my hand over it?
No. Your hand seems to go perfectly through it. It's
Certainly, like-
still shedding light.
Since
but-
she's taking the time, I'm going to detect magic.
Thank you. I was
Sure.
gonna
Oh,
tell you
I
to
was
do your
just-
magic thing.
Oleg was
Yeah.
just gonna like look for something to throw in there.
Yeah.
Oh, this is probably just magical flamish, whatever.
It is magical flame. It's exactly what it is.
It's
Actually-
magical flame.
Actually, it does seem to be more complex than that. It seems to be a illusion of flame over top of some kind of light spell. So someone took the time, rather than just using magical flame, to make something more complex. Unnecessarily.
Oleg's just gonna like stare out, like into like the darkness or whatever. They're like, "Yes, Maximilian, was this your doing? If so, well done." Do we get like a response?
You actually will get a response. It's like, I see you enjoy my fine craftsmanship. Yes, your doom shall be just as finely crafted as my expertise in the mystical arts.
Why do you want us to have doom?
Doom!
Now, is this like something that we can pick up or anything?
I mean, again, Whisper's like climbed up to the like 10 feet up.
Oh, it's on. It's,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like
way up
they're
on
kind
the
of angled, like because it kind of does curve in.
And they're built into the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Oleg's gonna like shout back at him and just like, yes, it's quite well done. However, it is wasted because nobody knows how you are dooming them. It is good when people who are doomed know just how you're dooming them. That way they know they are truly doomed.
Then after I have doomed you, I shall explain everything.
And
Well,
Oleg
he-
just like just folds his arms and goes, yes, thank you much.
What if we doom you?
Does doom not mean
No,
death
no,
though, right?
Helen, we are guests here.
I think at this point, Whisper's gonna like scuttle back down the wall.
Yeah.
And it's like, do we want to keep walking? Kellen, do you want to look for traps?
I'm looking for traps.
Okay.
Very, very quietly, Oleg just like looks over to Whisper and just like.
If you want me to make, when you want me to make
Fixture.
rolls, let me know.
Give me 2 perception rolls then.
Okay.
But yeah, Oleg like points to his head and then looks at Whisper. It's like.
Finally, I rolled decently, and then
All right.
somewhat okay.
Okay, so you'll be traveling down the hallway, and the first part of it, you will manage to sort of avoid something. You're not sure what it was, but it looked like it was sort of like I almost call it like a something hidden into the ground that's almost like a lip or something in the ground that like you guys could have like tripped over or something. You're not sure what it would have done, but you're like, probably should just step over this kind of thing, you know?
Kind of like a tripwire but built into the floor.
Yes, like it just looks like a kind of like a hump of like rock, but you can tell like there's something about it, you know. And a little farther down, you will actually see that the hall is filled with a not poorly but decently hidden pit trap.
There's a pit trap here.
And like it fills like the center of the hall. It's about 10 feet wide. The hall's about 15 feet, we'll say, about here, so it's like 15 by 10. So it's like an rectangular shaped pit trap door, you know.
Can we walk around it?
No. You can either try to jump over it or
I can scuttle along the walls, but that's only helps me.
Yes.
Okay,
tall
how
is
about
it?
this?
What?
How tall?
It's about 15 feet tall here. And
that's
as I
not
said,
that
it's
bad.
kind of like it's a little like half circle-y in here.
I got an
So it
awesome
does have
idea.
this kind of like it's 15 foot tall straight in the middle, and then it goes shorter when it comes towards the sides.
Flat out, Oleg's gonna like look at it, look at Kellen and Whisper, and then like look towards the wall. Ah, yes, Maximilian, you seem to have stumped us here. Could you show us or explain to us how to surpass this so we can find your next invention?
Well, in this case, you must overcome the deadly trapdoor. Upon stepping upon it, it will drop you down a powerful tunnel where you will slide and wind until it will throw you into those creatures' village.
Ah, so we have access to the creature's village. Now, do you like these creatures or not? Yes, they are quite a nuisance, aren't they?
They're like barnacles. They infest you after a couple 100 years.
Yes, we did fight a couple of them on the way here, so we might be able to actually assist you with the village.
Yes. Walk upon the trap. Fall to your doom!
But if we fall to our doom, we won't see your other traps. And we've already seen the fish people.
While he's talking, I'm pulling out some rope and tying it around myself.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oleg's
going,
just like
Whisper,
purely distracting him right now.
Whisper, go on the other side.
I have a better idea. I want to do this, guys. I want to climb up and put a piton in the ceiling, and then you guys can swing across.
That'll work. I have pittons.
That will work.
It will actually work, yes. All right, yeah, you can climb up, put a pit in the ceiling. You know, it's like Oleg will probably distract him with some kind of long
Yeah,
conversation.
no, Oleg is like perfect distracting.
I'm
like,
totally
Didn't
going to
figure.
still tie the rope around myself in case I don't keep a hold of the rope. I don't go shooting down through the floor.
Whisper, roll me a d20, if you would, please.
Flat.
Oleg is awesome.
Oh.
Oleg's like pointing towards Whisper's head and then towards Kellen's head. It's like, we have this magical power that we could use so he doesn't fucking hear us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I don't think we're really afraid of him.
we're not, but
but
What do I need to roll to swing across?
Probably just like some kind of dexterity check, we'll say.
Okay. That's fine.
Oh,
That was a save. Shit.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Actually, wouldn't it be acrobatics, I guess? Is there an acrobatics?
There is an acrobatics.
either way, he rolled 20 dexterity, so just add your...
Yeah.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, it would be another 2, so...
Yeah, you get across perfectly fine.
Whee! I'll throw the rope back.
I'm going to throw a rope like across the chasm to Kellen, and just be like, "Yes, I suggest you tie this to something for me."
Well, you could always do what I did, which was tie the rope you're swinging on around yourself too.
Yeah, he was going to do that, but you know,
Okay.
this way, in case he doesn't get all the way, he can just pull himself across.
Yes.
It very
Okay.
well could occur.
Meanwhile,
yeah.
I'm up
I
there
don't
just
know.
like waiting.
Is there anything to actually tie it to?
Not at all.
I'll
Oh.
put
You
a
could-
pin in the floor.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, just like put it in the floor, hammer it in, whatever. Because, you know, forward momentum, and then that backwards pendulum, he will get stuck in the middle of because he's heavy.
Yes.
All right. So acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics, we'll say.
Okay. And he's gonna try to do like a running start.
Okay.
With like these two ropes tied around him.
Okay.
Nice.
You like do this like it would be considered to a dwarf a feat of daring do. Basically, is what it is. You know.
Like
Do
a
you do a
2-foot gap.
Tarzan yell as you go, like ah?
Yeah, it's like the swing over like a 2-foot gap kind of thing. It's like.
It's like the Olog Tarzan thing. It's like ah,
Yes.
and then he just lands on the other side.
You will safely get across.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'll untie the rope and I guess climb on down so that we at least still have the rope, but the pitton's probably not going to be coming back with us.
Nope.
Not easily, not at all. Like
Yeah.
the one that Kellen put in the ground could be possibly removed. Just basically because you have Olog there to pull it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're pretty sure the one in the ceiling, the rope would probably give way before the pitton, because you did get it in there quite well.
I'm good at that.
Okay.
Oh, that's what that 20 was for, wasn't
Keep
it?
an eye out for traps.
You perhaps
I
could have
did.
failed horribly to get the pitton in there very well, and then
Oh, gosh.
comedy
Yeah,
would have
and
ensued.
woo!
That would have been awesome. All right, guys, go ahead and swing across.
Woo! You see, like, thump, thump, you know, just the double fall. All right. The tunnel will continue again for a while longer, and it will kind of break, and you'll see it will open up into some kind of larger room. And upon emerging into the large room itself, you can see yourself in an insanely massive cavern with this kind of strange, maybe bluish green light that seems to filter throughout it. You can see that there is a kind of narrow bridge, and it just leads down into darkness below it. You can still see vaguely the cavern rooftops, even though that kind of glow doesn't seem to always quite go all the way to that. You see what appears to be these
Mites.
No,
Or
it's not
tights.
stalactites.
Tights.
It's the one where it kind of would traditionally have gone from both the ceiling to the roof. I can't remember what it's called. The columns
Okay.
Sure.
where they connect together, stalactite and stalagmite.
Yeah.
Stalagmite, yeah, I think it's just called.
Yeah.
Pillar.
Yeah, pillar.
Column.
Yeah. Pillar.
These massive pillars, except like towards the middle, they've been kind of cut out, and there appears to be buildings in there. The one, like the path you're leading on, leads to an area that seems to be sort of like, it looks like some kind of collapse happened at some point in time from part of the stalactite from above that has destroyed a lot of it. But you can see portions of it still kind of exist, and you're not sure how to get to other ones of these at any point in time. You can see, like, across the area here, there seems to be some kind of animal of some kind that seems like the size of maybe a bear, except it looks a little meaner than your average bear.
Does it have a beak?
It does not have a beak. I mean, if you really wanted to have one, it could have a beak, but it does not.
Wait, I
And-
still have a Trimu beak.
Yeah.
Dress blue.
And you'll see kind of on this, like, a little, like, balcony area almost on the other side is this kind of emaciated figure who will throw out his hands. And it's kind of odd looking because it looks as if, like, the flesh has just sort of, like, sunken into the, you know, bones and stuff. So it's almost like skin and bones. Except it also looks like maybe animal-like a little bit. Maybe like cat, dog, or like a canine or feline. It's hard to tell because, you know, none of you have encountered anything like this. As he holds out his hands and goes, "Fear, for your doom has come! Behold! My great pet! It shall prevent you from going passage. It shall stand in your way, not allowing you passage. Can you overcome it? Or will its terrible claws tear you apart when you approach it?"
What is its name? Because every pet should have a name.
Ah, it does indeed have a name, and you should perhaps hear its name to understand your doom. It is named...
Mike.
No, that would be really wonderful. No, Mike would be good. Cuddles.
Puddles or Cuddles?
Cuddles.
With a C.
With a C.
How big is it?
Huge. It fills up the entire, like, thing. It's like towards, like, the back end of the passageway, and it literally is just sitting there.
It's just not doing anything?
It's just sitting there. It seems alive, but, it's sitting there right now.
How many heads does it have?
Just one.
How many tails does it have?
It's this kind of, like,
Giant bear.
bluish-green bear creature.
I have a feeling this is completely friendly.
I hope so. I start walking towards it.
Okay.
Missed it.
It's like, yes, Cuddles, tear them apart.
Alright, so I'm gonna go up, like, a few feet, and I'm gonna turn and, like, give Oleg and Kellen the look of, like, I'm gonna message the shit out of this
I knew you were
thing.
gonna
It's
message
like, yeah. Oleg's like, yeah, you do your thing.
She
Do
was
my
gonna
thing.
message it.
Yep. And then I'm gonna look back at it, and I'm gonna, like, send a message to the giant cuddly bear thing, and just say, hello, friend.
Okay. Alright,
You should have prepared for this, Matt.
Yeah, you should have known.
I know, but I have to figure out what it would say. It's like...
I tried messaging everything. It's a sign. I message it.
Oh my god, it's a pervert.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Can
My
you
name
not
is just-
bother coming up to me? I'm just resting here.
Is your name actually Cuddles?
What? Yes.
Oh my god, it's totally high.
Forgive me, I am not who I used to be. Come closer and I'll show you a show, but you only get one.
Your
So
show
yeah,
does not
Oleg's like
involve
walking
eating,
up.
right?
It'll kind of growl at Oleg and kind of like lift its arm, its paw.
Oleg just like stands there like
I'm gonna look over to
he, like,
Oleg
goes
and I'm
into
gonna
his back
message him and
get,
say,
like,
pretend to be
no piece of
afraid.
bread.
We gotta pretend to be afraid. Like, let's play it off, guys. And I'm like messaging with him. And then when he like lifts his paw, I'm like, ah!
Make a deception check.
Oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm not that good at these. I'm not bad at them. Oh.
So does it look sick or?
When you get closer, it looks really old.
Hey, Arlog, it's your cuddle friend.
Yeah, it's like it just looks really old.
I kind of want to heal him.
It just looks like it's like kind of got a little bit of labored breath, you know. It doesn't look like it can walk around as much as it probably used to, you know. It's just a sickly old bear monster, basically left in the way of you.
Aw.
He's like,
All right,
ha! The fear of Cuddles fills you! Yes, Cuddles, yes! It has been so many years since you last tore man or creature asunder.
Oleg just like looks up to it and like holds his sandwich out. It's like, and just like offers it to the bear.
Give me animal handling. Wait, that's the code.
15.
Okay. It kind of like growls for a moment, and then just eats the sandwich.
Nice.
What? What's going on over there? Cuddles!
Oh, nothing.
I don't see
Nothing.
tearing and rendering.
I'm gonna try to sneak.
Well, no, you'll see like
Around.
you'll see after like you'll see the creature chew for a second, and then you'll see it kind of like It'll take like a couple of minutes, but it's gonna kind of get up on its paws. It's kind of like squeeze around and start walking back away from it. It's like, what? Cuddles! No! Say, stop that! Cuddles! No, it isn't supper time. No,
and I'm gonna
Cuddles,
message to Cuddles and say, thank you.
Cuddles!
Well, while he's distracted with Cuddles, I want to try to sneak around behind him.
Well, you have to kind of like, you don't know quite how he got to this little balcony, you know, so it's like you have to figure it out. It's like there's the passageway leading into some kind of like building area behind here where Cuddles is kind of going, and he's like at a balcony right above the bridge.
Okay, I'm gonna try to sneak under the balcony so I'm out of his view.
Okay, give me stealth.
Oleg is instantly going to start talking to Maximilian to distract them. It's like, yeah, so...
Oh,
like,
God!
Cuddles is quite old. How old is Cuddles? Kellen, don't do that over there. That's just... This is not your house. Like, see, like you knocked something over or something.
Yeah,
like, oh, he did... Oh, a small
like,
child. He
hey,
did something wrong.
Hey, you! Stay there! Cuddles will be back in a minute.
We'll be back in just a moment.
I shall defeat you later. Away! As he kind of like points his arm up, and then he just like disappears, you know, in a poof. And actually, we'll have like a puff of smoke or something, and he's
how high up is the balcony?
Like maybe like 20 feet up.
That's not that bad for us.
Can I throw a grappling hook up there?
Sure.
He just like flew away though. Why do you want to go up there still?
He's probably like just like behind the door that he was standing in front of or something.
Yeah, no. There doesn't actually seem to be a way off of the balcony.
Oh.
It seems like there does seem to be like a door there at one point in time, but part of like a collapse has sort of made it just that you would be there.
I think we should just go in the same way Cuddles went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll lead you into like what appears to be this little courtyard area, and there's like this maybe like kind of stone bowl with like little meat chunks in it, and you can see Cuddles kind of lying by it, you know?
Nice.
Like a little like straw mattress, or like what equivalent to straw you would have down here. Probably like dried seaweed or something, you know? Because they don't really have straw deep under the sea, you know?
Yeah.
Under the sea.
Actually, probably would be more like an algae or something, you know? Like drawn algae mattress, you know? But... So Cuddles is just sitting there, you know, kind of hanging out. The kind of bluish-green bear creature. Is just kind of stare at you guys, and then chew at something in one of its bowls, you know?
I want to message it again and say, like, what are you?
It'll be like...
seen one.
I'm me.
Are you from here?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. She's like just kind of like looking, and then she hasn't pulled it out in a while, but her little journal pull it out and write a couple little notes and then stuff it back in.
I mean, you could take sketch them. You could take some time observing Cuddles.
No, I mean I don't think we need to, unless you guys want to wait here and see if his master comes back.
You could sketch him like one of your French girls.
Yes, lay for me. No, I was just gonna write a quick note, like, large weird bear.
Yep, large weird bear. Okay. Cuddles will kind of watch you guys and get back to whatever he's doing. Not seemingly care.
I almost want to give him a hug.
I wouldn't do it, Kellen.
No.
He is literally 3 size categories larger than you.
Yes, I know.
He's like Paul is your size.
I said I almost.
Yes. It's just like the...
Actually, I am gonna message him again and say, do you know the best way? We're trying to get to. Where are we trying to get to, guys?
The docks.
Docks, that's right. Do you know where there's any docks here for ships?
I believe my master would know. He was left in charge to oversee this place.
Oh, just like turns. Wait, are you messing him? Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at him and be like,
I told
okay.
you
So Maximilian probably knows where there's docks. I think we could lure him back here, if we maybe get some of that meat and like throw it on ourselves so that we look like we've been murdered and just kind of make some noise, and he'll come back.
Is there like a hallway somewhere?
Well, is it dry?
There is areas off of here.
Like just like turns towards the hallway. So it's like, yes, Maximilian. Can we speak with you for a moment?
What?
Uh,
I'm preparing the
try-
next deadly trap for you.
Oh,
Deadly
I apologize.
obstacle.
We
Or
are
deadly
trying to access
creature.
the docks,
I haven't
so we can
decided.
bring more people here. That way they can witness your doom
No,
as well.
I don't want more people here. Ugh.
But you don't want to doom more people, though? All your work is going to be for nothing, then.
My work is being fine right now dooming you.
But
I have a job
But
to do, and dooming you
we
is
are
part of
going to
that
be
job.
doomed. Yes, but we're going to be doomed, and nobody else is going to know how great your work is.
The only one that needs to know about my greatness is our great and powerful Emperor, Astral.
And what about Cuddles? And he just, like, folds his arms and, like, you know, makes that face.
Cuddles needs to be trained some more.
You know, he's a good bear.
He is a very good Cuddles.
Look, I think he needs some pets. Don't you agree?
I will pet him once you have been doomed.
Yes, well, and he just, like, counts on his hand. He's like, yes, but you've already doomed us, like, 4 times. I think he deserves a reward. You should... Is there anything we can give him? Because he did a good job. Don't you agree, Maximilian?
He likes scratches behind his ear.
And Oleg just, like, does that, like, towards...
Insight.
towards Whisper.
I'll ask the Cuddles if he would like a scratch behind his ear.
Sure.
And I'll look at Oleg and do like a shrug and be like, he says yeah.
Yes.
And then I guess I'll walk over and because I got claws, I can get like a good scratching.
Oh yeah, you get good scratching in there.
Give him a good scratching.
He does kind of like settle down a little bit, you know, kind of lay back a little bit, but he just doesn't seem to have like the energy to like really get that like roll over on his back, kind of, you know, like really enjoying it. But he'll be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's a good bear?
He's like massive. It's like his head would like, you know, like bite you in half kind of thing. And you're like getting behind his ear, you know. So it's like, you actually notice something interesting when you're scratching him there. He has what appears to be a set of gills on his neck.
Interesting.
He's
He's
a
a fish
water
bear.
bear.
He is fish bear.
Sweet.
Water planet. I mean, it's like there isn't a lot of land, so
Or maybe he's a whale bear.
could be a whale bear. A whale.
A
That was pretty
bale.
bad. That was pretty bad.
A bale.
Yeah, like, wait, what?
He's a bale.
I think my
A
brain
bale.
just glitched a little.
It's like I said it, and I was like, "What? What did I say?"
I'm gonna start heading down the hallway.
Okay, why don't we take a quick break, just so we have one in here, and we can continue with overcoming the deadly traps of Maximilian as he prepares them for you. Will it be a color creature, an obstacle, or another trap that he will put in your way in order to dispel your doom? As I practice my Skeletor laugh.
It'll be some chewing gum on the floor. It'll be some discarded chewing gum on the floor.
You can't out Oleg and Oleg. Oleg is secretly smart.
Yes. He is secretly probably crazy because you're not sure how long he's been down here, and he does look.
He's yeah.
I don't think it's a
He
secret.
looks very undead.
Ah,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
so
it's
he's a lich after all.
He may or may not be a crazy lich.
Sweet.
At least a demi-lich, though demi-lich are terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, okay, so we'll take a quick break. We'll be back in like 5 minutes to get it. So everyone, bathroom, water, etc. We'll
Pizza.
See you in a minute. Well, yeah, I guess pizza too.
Ooh,
All right.
good.
See you in a minute. Bye.
Bye, Felicia.